I think the key thing to understand with this recession they're talking about is they're saying it's caused mostly by inflation. And that was kind of a key thing, which is after COVID, people started going back to work, but there was supply chain problems. And what ended up happening was demand shot up for products and goods and services. So what ends up happening is you have an increase in demand, but the supply is not meeting it, right? So there's less to go around with more people wanting it. So inevitably the price goes up because it has to, right? Because people, want to do that. Then what you had on top of that was you're a corporation and you're sitting there going, okay, well, I'm selling, widgets or whatever it is. Well, gosh, inflation's really high. It's 9-10% right now. And there's a lot of demand. So what if I, instead of raising my prices 9 or 10%, I raise them 20? Because I'm still going to be selling, which that exacerbated the inflation even more. So the idea that you're recession proofing your wallet, this is where this is interesting to me, is because what you have to start with first is, okay, prices are way up. So your monthly budget, let's say you had $400 a month to spend on groceries, that $400 is not going to buy you as many groceries. So you either have to spend $500 or $600 on groceries, or you just have to learn to live on less, right? So to recession proof your wallet, it's going to well, either you're getting extra money out of it, or what, you're just living on less. I don't know how you're recession proofing anything unless you're dipping into savings. Go ahead. What was that?
I said you're not.
Yeah.
Not recession proofing your wallet.
I mean, if you're recession proofing your investments, I mean, a lot of that comes with, well, you should have diversified your investments beforehand. Maybe we'll do another video on what diversification is, because it's not what people think it is, but that's how you would do it, right? But if you're talking about just your general daily finances, there's no real way to do this, right? You're either living on less or you're just whatever. I mean, you're spending more of your savings.
Well, Duncan, maybe they have some little magic up their sleeve that we don't know about.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Let's dive in.
Now, Kingsview Wealth Management Chief Investment Officer and Fox News contributor, we call him Naughty Scotty. Scott Martin is here. Welcome back to the show.
Did you call him Naughty Scotty? Do you think they have enough sexual harassment claims at Fox News to justify that at this point?
I'm sure.
Naughty Scotty, look at the look on his face too. He's oh God. You know what this look is that he has? This is that look when you go to the party and that one girl you didn't want to see is there, and she's already drunk, and she sees you walking in the door and immediately corners you. That's the look he has on his face right now. Oh God, it's Lisa.
You know what? I feel like I've made that face a few times.
It's a mistake we all make. All right, let's see what Naughty Scotty has to say.
Scott Martin is here. Welcome back to the show.
Body karate. How are you?
That's right. And he's very haughty.
Once upon a time.
Yes, H-A-U-G-H-T-Y.
Okay, wait, I gotta stop. So, Naughty Scotty with the hottie body. This is too good. And I like how she pauses and goes, well, when I said hottie, I meant H-A-U-G-H-T-Y, right? Like he's a snob, because that's so much better.
That's better, right? That's clearly better. Well, it's less apt to get you a sexual harassment lawsuit. So, I mean, it's still probably a correction worth making, but
Yeah, that's her producer in her ear going, Lisa, we don't need another sexual harassment complaint. Can you tone it down a little bit? See if she can hold it together here for this segment, though.
So, Scott.
So preparation is key.
Yeah,
preparation
but if you have, Jerome Powell is still the Fed chair. He said inflation was transitory. And now the president is saying that it's not guaranteed we're going to be in recession. We might already be in a recession.
I think we are. And in fact, he talks about this long haul until things are going to get better. He's finally coming to grips with the reality. And you're right about Jerome Powell, and also Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said similar things. and they've all been culpable as far as how they've buried the consumer under this inflationary gas. And so that's really what's hurting a lot of companies now, too. We saw earnings from Target and Amazon and some of the other companies out there talking about all the pressure that they've had at the shelves, and then also the consumers talking about a lot of the pressure they've had with gas and food prices affecting their spending. So it's really everywhere, and it's about time the president gets grip on it.
Well,
Okay. It's so that we have to show the clip to show how high gas prices are again. So he says we need to prepare, and then he says we're already in a recession. Did I hear that right?
Yep. He believes that we're already in a recession at this point. Yes.
So how do we prepare? Lacey, explain it to me, Alacias.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're about to tell us something that we have never considered before. Something mind blowing.
I don't know. We're preparing for something that's happened already. I don't get it. Okay, so we're gonna get mind blown. We're gonna
Our mind will be blown.
We'll get mind fracked here or something. All right, by naughty Scotty with the hottie body.
it's like I said in the last block, it's really hard to get a grip on something if you can't name it. And if it's, an inconvenient truth that your political fortunes go the way of the economy and the economy is heading south very, very quickly, we're not going to get any answers or any relief. That means that people are going to have to do things for themselves. That a lot of people are coming to grips with the fact that the federal government isn't going to help them.
Okay, we're getting to
People
it.
in charge who want to be reelected, that's all they care about. They really, truly don't care about your pain, and I'm sorry for that. So what can people do? How can people recession-proof their own personal economies?
Well, like you mentioned, preparation is key. So save more money if you can. Obviously, you're spending a lot more at the store, so that's kind of tough. Also, do some training on the side. So right now, you may have a job, you may be looking for a job, but also develop some new skills. And the last thing, too, can be, I think that's important to tell our clients.
Go ahead.
Pause. We got to back that train up. Okay, so number one, save money. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, first of all, no kidding. Everybody should try to save more money. Well, that's not rocket science. Everybody should try to save more money basically always, right?
Right.
But when you're paying that much more for basically everything, from the gas pump to the grocery store, things you can't avoid buying, right? Like you gotta put groceries in your refrigerator. And
Hang on one second. Hang on one second, Lace. Okay, go ahead. You were saying you were gonna put groceries in the fridge and all that stuff.
Yeah, you got to put the groceries in the fridge. You got to put the gas in the tank. You cannot avoid them. And they're whatever percentage each item is higher, just as you explained earlier.
Right.
You can't buy as much of it with the same amount. So you're either going to spend more or you got to buy less of it. But this isn't conducive to you putting more money away. And if we're already in this recession, then it's already basically happening.
No, I mean, you nailed it on the head. I mean, on top of that, this other notion he was trying to get at about, well, get new training and get a better job. I mean, what in a recession, unemployment's raising, the job market shrinking because employers aren't selling as much, so they can't afford to hire as many people. So where are you going to get this new job?
Okay, and what is this training? Conveniently, they're not going into any detail telling us what this training is, but I don't know, when most people think about getting more training, they think go back to college, which essentially, if everything is costing you more and you don't have the spare money, do you have the spare money to put into going back to college? No. What does that mean you're probably going to do? You're
going to have to loan the money.
You're going to have to borrow some money, which is going to, I mean, hopefully it gets you a better job, but it's going to put you in more debt to maybe get a better job, because we're not sure if there are any better jobs out there for us to get.
Yeah, even if you did like a certificate program, it would take you 3 to 6 months. And you'd have to borrow all that money, and then you'd have to pay back that money. Right? So you'd be kind of be like double screwing yourself by trying to get another job, right? Especially during a recession. You should probably be more happy the fact that you still have a job when a lot of people are losing their job. Right. So plus, I love the whole, well, preparation is key, but then he doesn't tell us how to prepare. Right? I mean, honestly, after he's told us we're already in it, This would be like the worst guy to be stuck in a foxhole with in a war zone. Hey, we're under fire. What should we do? Well, we should have prepared for this, guys. Okay, great. Thanks,
it's
Scott. But
right now, when Americans are already saddled with entirely too much debt, particularly student loan debt, and that's been a huge hot topic right now. Telling people to go get more training, which is going to cost them more, which they're probably going to have to borrow to do. You're already taking a population of people that are saddled with way too much debt and asking them to add more debt to their load to maybe get a better job that might exist out there when they're done with it.
yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
And the only thing, I mean, if you're talking to just the average person, the only thing you really tell them is you're going to have to figure out a way to either make more money or live off of less. And since making more money is rarely a viable possibility, especially in the short term, then it's like, well, you're just going to have to learn to live off of less, or you're going to have to take out credit or something else, in which case you're just digging yourself in deeper. But
so far, they have not told us to live on less, which seems maybe like some logical advice, but they haven't said that yet. Let's see if they do.
Well, I doubt it. He's a wealth manager.
Tough. Also, do some training on the side. So right now you may have a job, you may be looking for a job, but also develop some new skills. And the last thing too, Kendi, I think that's important. We tell our clients, don't panic. Don't make rash decisions. Don't just run out of the market and put your cash, say, under your mattress. Go ahead and take practical steps or pragmatic steps to think about your future, but make sure that you have a plan in place not to make rash decisions and do things that'll be detrimental to your future.
Yeah.
That actually was a decent piece of advice. When the market's down, you shouldn't be selling all your retirement funds or anything like that, because when the market goes up and you try to buy it back, you're buying it at a higher price than you sold at. So you end up losing money. So if you've got long-term investments, you probably should just let it ride throughout the storm.
Yeah, actually, that one was a good one to me too. My only criticism is I feel like they missed an opportunity to tell people what that means they should do.
Right.
Right. So don't panic and take your money out. But hey, everything just went on sale. What should you do when things go on sale? Right. And that wouldn't have taken, I know they're on a timer here with these news clips, but it would have taken an extra 10 seconds to throw that in there. And that doesn't seem like that's happening here.
Well, right. But I mean, we're already almost 3 minutes into this, and that's all we got. Is you should have prepared, find a new job, and don't sell your assets. Okay, let's go.
No, that's people love to do some panic selling when they feel like the economy is cratering, and that's the worst thing that you can do. What about gold? You know how much I love gold. I love gold.
I love gold too. In fact, they used to call me gold member back in the day. But we've actually cut some of our gold position.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, gold member. All right. I feel that you have something to say here, Duncan, about this gold thing that came out. I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, well, I want to qualify this. You saw this clip already all the way through, right?
I did.
This is the first time I'm seeing it all the way through. I've only seen the first couple seconds.
I was waiting for the moment the gold thing came out to see your reaction to that. Tell us your opinion about this.
Well, they can't lay off the sexual innuendos. I mean, because gold member is a reference to male genitalia, right? So anyway, other than that, basically this is what this clip is. They're not giving you advice about recession or how to handle a recession. This whole thing is now they're going to pimp buy gold. And I'll bet you the commercial that follows this clip is a commercial for gold investments. I would bet dollars to pesos that's what happens after this whole clip is done. That's what's so shocking to me. And so just as a financial planner myself, the thing to understand about it is we've argued about should you invest in gold? And a lot of people say, well, it's a good hedge against inflation. And that's true. That is fairly true. The opposite side of that coin is You know what outperforms gold in inflation? U.S. Treasuries. And U.S. Treasuries are zero risk for the most part. That's why they're called risk-free, right? So you would be better off investing in like a Treasury inflation protected security that's backed by the government, right? And those are cool because they'll give you a rate, whatever it is, 2-3%. But as inflation goes up, their rate goes up, so they pay more. So in a high inflation market like this, your Treasury inflation protected security is probably paying 7, 8, 9, 10%, whatever it is, based on the security. However, if you invest in gold, gold is very volatile and it's tacked to the market. It's tacked to as a commodity, right? So if you don't know what that means, it means if the demand for gold is up, then gold does well. If the demand for gold is down, gold suffers, right? So it's a much higher risk for a much lower reward as an investment overall. But why would a wealth manager push it? Because A, it is good for inflation. It's not as good as the alternative, which would be a Treasury security. But Treasury securities, if I'm putting clients in money in those kinds of accounts and I'm getting some sort of commission on any of that, I'm not getting any commission on the Treasury security because anybody can buy them. But on a gold investment, I'm probably getting pretty fat commissions. So I'm putting you in a higher risk, lower reward scenario, but I'm making a lot more money as opposed to doing the smart thing and putting your money in treasuries. So this is what this whole thing has become. We're not talking about recession proofing. We're talking about buy our gold shit. That's the whole. I mean, I was waiting. There was something. It's like, where were they going to go? Nope, that's where they went. I mean, I don't know if you had any other comments on that, but that was pretty obvious. Was as soon as she mentioned gold, and he got all excited. It's like, fuck, here we go. I've been in this conference room before.
Exactly. But it's also true that gold actually held its value pretty well in an inflationary environment. Gold has been performing pretty well year to date. So that's another thing that we've been putting in our portfolios to hedge some of the downside risk in the stock market for sure. And the bond market.
Yeah, we've got a bullion exchange just down the street from us. We've done a couple stories with them. And it's hysterical because it's a very different environment now than it was at the beginning of COVID. And people are going in there. They're trying to sell their grandmother's gold teeth, whatever they can, to get a little cash for their gold. And a lot of people are going in and they're buying gold. They're buying rhodium. They're buying platinum. They're buying silver. I also love silver.
Just don't buy crypto with it. That's what I'd advise. But if you can get grandma's teeth down there and get some money for them, I think that's all good and fair game.
I don't know. I still like crypto. I'm not mad at it. I didn't sell my crypto. Woo, woo, woo.
Crypto's okay, but crypto's not going to have the same store of value that gold is over time. Obviously, a newer kind of asset class, but we trust gold a little bit more, especially in an inflationary environment like the times we're in right now.
Oh God. Okay, I've had it. That's almost done. Oh man. Okay. So naughty Scotty with the hottie body.
With the hottie body.
It's cornered by Lisa, who still seems like she's probably a little drunk from the bachelorette party last night. Maybe that's just me, but
she might still. She's at the bachelorette party from last night.
Oh my God, Naughty Scotty's here! Come here, Naughty Scotty, with the hottie body. Maybe you can check my figure and see if it's rounded. Anyway, well, then of course he mentions his gold member, right? Since we're all
right,
and then she has to do the little nipple twirl. Woo! In case you didn't know, Naughty Scotty, these are my areolas.
Oh man!
God.
All right, Fox News. All right.
I think that airs at like 9 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. Curious what those producers were saying in her ear.
They're probably just, they got the gold thing out. I don't care. We got paid.
Right. And now a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. Well, what's with the gold grandma's gold teeth? We're gonna sell grandma's gold teeth.
Right?
Like what? Why?
It's a recession, Grandma. Give me your teeth.
So we've got inappropriate sexual behavior at work and elder abuse. So, Grandma, Naughty Scotty's going to be at the club tonight, and I need money for Jello shots. And there's a recession, and inflation's up. So, open up, you old witch. Don't you want me to get married and be happy? I'm sorry. It just kills me.